G'day guys, for those of you who can hear us, we're still at the about to start student screen, but I thought, hey, we've got a rare opportunity here. This rare opportunity is where I actually address my party pre-game before, this is the green room, right? So first of all, we have my group of patrons here who I'm saying through. So first of all, allow me to say welcome and welcome to the Pathfinder 2nd Edition stream of Gatewalkers. I'm so happy and so proud to have you guys be a part of this adventure. Now, while we do stream this show, one thing that is always important for me to remind everyone is that this game is for you, the Patreons, the people who are supporting me and what I do. It means a lot to have the support, not only from the community who love what we do and show up in chat, but also from you guys because, hey, you guys are here. You guys have said, we want to spend time with you. We want to do this thing with you, and this is what we're doing. No matter what happens throughout the show, it is all in good spirits. While there is, of course, some element of performative nature that'll happen in my behavior and performances, please know that at any point in time, you can always talk to me. We don't do lines and veils in a traditional way here, mostly because everything that I host on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel is all in the vein of mental wellness and good-spirited fun. Things that we will never touch and never hit even close to as far as topics will include things like sexual assault of any variety, any injury or torture of children or animals. These things are simple hard lines. We do not go near them. We do touch on certain isms such as racism or sexism and things like that. However, they are always an abhorrent part of the society and world, and usually used to frame villainous characters and the like. At no point in time do the heroes or do the protagonists of these stories ever side with or are forced in any way to comply with these. On that, we shall also mention agency as well. Agency is a very important part of my gameplay, and I do love making sure that you guys do have agency. The only thing I ask is that if there is certain story elements and beats, such as the spells for charm or dominate and stuff like that, lean into it a little bit and trust that I will have the best intentions to tell the best story. In the event of a player death, understand that there is always going to be a way for the audience to participate and to save people, but that will not always happen. So death will possibly happen, but also may possibly be saved by the skin of our teeth. It is the nature of how we do things. But I encourage you to please beloved and care for these characters as if it is your first and your last. With that being said, I think that is all I can say for the announcements. I'm super excited, super nervous. Let's get into it and let's meet the freaking amazing audience and show them once and for all the layout that I had been busting my chops over for these dudes. Here we go. Woo! And where the fuck am I? The one thing I forgot to put on the stream was my frickin' face. Hold on. That's because I was what? I wasn't here for me. Okay, hold on. Anyway, guys, distract him real quick. Pretend like I didn't fuck up. That's true, I'm coming through the gate. Alright, here I come. Hold on. Wait, I can do this. Hold on. Alright, I got this. Okay, you ready? Oh! Okay. Okay, here I am. Hi everyone! Woo! Ah, there we go. Oh, sorry, it took me a little bit trying to get through the portal. Oh, classic. Anyway, hi guys, welcome in. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Gatewalkers Episode 1, Book 1. Woo! Joining me today are an amazing group of individuals, many of which you recognize, some of which may be the first time you've seen them on chat or on screen, and some of them you've never seen before. This is a wonderful collection of people who support me over on my Patreon channel and who have signed up. At least enough people have signed up now for us to open up another slot for our Patreon week. So yay! Are you guys excited? Nice. Now, we're not going to introduce characters just yet because we're going to let the game do the talking. I'm a show not tell kind of guy. So that's what we're going to do. But I do encourage, guys, let's get to know you guys a little bit. I want you guys to tell us who you are, where in the world you happen to be, and share share us, what was the first, like, RPG system you got into, and, like, what was that experience like for you? And if this is your first session, just say now, you know, like, I mean, it's very easy. Hey, thank you, Padfoot. Mwah. Okay, so here we go. Oh, they're muted. Dang it, freaking. No, they're not. Wait, that's a lie. Are they muted? Someone say something.
Can you hear that?
We're waiting patiently.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I think my instruments were doing stuff. Okay, so first of all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me introduce to you the one, the only, the incredible, the legendary OG Lava Kitten in the meat space. Welcome, OG, to the Dead Aussie Gamer channel.
Hello.
Hey! All I can say is I'm sorry I'm not careful, Cantrip, but you know what? We have fun here too, and Raina can't boss me around and make announcements and make fun of my characters.
You did get Becca first, so that's an achievement.
That's true. I do like Becca. Yeah, well, I mean, it's really, you know, you have no idea. Like, it was another thing. Anyway, OG, take it away. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I am fairly new to TTRPGs. I first started, honestly, I followed a weird and twisty path from YouTube to Twitch to meeting all sorts of people and really found my weird community online. So I'm so happy. So my first TTRPG was D&D 5e, and I've tried a variety of systems like Numenera and Morkborg and just random things, and been excited to check out Pathfinder 2. And who else to go with but the award-winning Paizo GM for my first.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The first Australian GM nominated for this award.
It's gonna be one of these games, is it? Okay, well, I see how it is.
You put it on your Twitter, Dag. This is your doing.
I put it once on my Twitter, and that was like 4 months after I got it. Anyway.
It's on your profile.
Look. All right. Next up, of course, familiar to those of you who have enjoyed our Extinction Curse game, and who has pretty much tuned into any of our shows, really, the one and only and indomitable Schooly Eye.
So, hello. So, I pretty much started by watching Rob and then Dag, then basically found the home and Dag streams. And from that got convinced to start up a game for my friends with 5e. And then decided to finally start playing Pathfinder with Dag on the Extinction Curse. And following all that, I ended up starting GMing my own Pathfinder game as well.
Which is exactly why we do this. That's amazing. We love the people's journey. We love seeing how everyone just gets the chance to interact and make their own lives in the role-playing space. So freaking awesome, dude. All right, next up, of course, you all know him. You all love him. Look at him. He's Neil. Neil from Immersion Diversion. G'day, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm glad that we're starting. You know what I mean? Like I think it was like trying to get everything, like making sure everything was like working and in its place. Now that we're like gone, I'm so good. I'm like cranked to 11. Freaking amazing.
Michael's on a tabletop high now. It's like yes.
Game. Anyway, tell us about you.
Yeah. All right. I'm Neil. You can also call me Neo. I go by Immersion Diversion is my channel. I just play games. I play tabletops. I'm gonna be starting a Pokemon tabletop soon. So yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited. I'm in 3 of your games. Woo!
Brilliant. I love it. All right. Next up, we have not seen this gentleman for quite some time. Not since we left the Dreadlands of Barovia has this individual been seen on the Twitch space, but rest assured, the Iron Ghost Gamer is not as dead as they seem. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles!
Oh, how's it going?
Going well, my friend.
Good, man. It's good to be back. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah.
So good to see you. Tell us, what got you into, where was your start in RPGs?
Well, obviously first game was with you. First time I ever really played any game. Obviously D&D 5e. Known D&D my whole life, but I had the cliche way of being introduced to the hobby through Stranger Things. Fell in love with Stranger Things, played D&D, was like, why have I never played this game? I don't know why. Looked into it and have gone down the rabbit hole ever since. These dungeon crawl classics, Knave, Morgborg, the whole lot, read them all, as you can tell. Reading, love to read, love to learn about all the systems. And yeah, here we are in Pathfinder now, playing this one to see what it's all about.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And second edition will not disappoint you, I promise. Next, of course, another individual who was lost in the mists of time between Barovia and now. None other than our UK local, the rising star of art and freaking design. The one, the only, and incredible. Mac Bluff!
Hello, how are you, Dad?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you. I'm so happy that you're around the table again.
You too. Yeah. All right. I'm actually not quite a UK local. I'm from
UK local.
Louisiana, so damn it. No, it's too cold here. I can't be a local here. It's too cold for me to be local. This is just like I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, I am a queer neurodivergent artist who's currently in university for set design. Because I've spent most of my life drawing characters, I want to learn to also, make the setting as well. I illustrate and make animatics, usually around TTRPGs and settings like Malifaux, which is one that Dag introduced me to. And if you're noticing that I'm not quite as nervous as I was last campaign I was with him, it's because Dag has spent the last 3 years tormenting me into having some shred of confidence, so...
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, it's super good to see you, and I cannot wait to meet this character and see what you got. Because I mean, we've talked about it a lot behind the scenes, and I love everyone's characters, but you know where I've played a similar character in my home game before, so I'm very very keen to see how your take on it. So yay.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, a new face, but very familiar to me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Nick, fellow Perthian, who Nick and I have known each other for quite some time, and actually through a number of different places. But also, Nick was literally the dude at my local game store. He was my local game store dude, and so anytime I needed to pick stuff up, I'd always bump into Nick. We'd always catch up, and through various things, this kind and wonderful soul has begun their journey to doing a similar task to what I do, should I say, in running games for young at-risk people up in Broome, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, that is. So, hey, Dag. Absolutely wonderful seeing you and getting to play with you. I very briefly played a few games with you quite a long time ago. That would probably be like maybe 5, maybe 6 years ago.
You don't
we
have
were
to
in
remember the time.
a few sessions together.
It's fine. It's just yesterday.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yesterday is good enough. Yeah, howdy everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I come from the lovely Kimberleys right now. So I'm in Broome, which is just the uppermost part of Western Australia, pretty high up there. And gosh, I started playing tabletop role-playing games 16 years ago with my brothers. We started on 3.5, and it was so very, very complicated. In fact, we'd always go down to Mandurah, place in WA, kind of like a beach house. And rather than being cool teenagers enjoying the wonderful sunsets and beaches, we were cramped up all day, every day, pretty much devising characters. Or trying to come up with some sort of plot to get all of each other together and actually playing the game. Since then, I've pretty much solely played as a dungeon master, very briefly trying my hand in games now and then, but nothing having run maybe more than 3 or 4 sessions. So I'm extremely, extremely excited to be playing in a game with none other than the wonderfully talented Dead Aussie Gamer here. Someone who I feel fairly confident is going to give me a great and wonderful time. So thank you so much for having me on board.
My absolute pleasure. All right. Well, Guys, before we get started, we have a few people to thank, and that is, of course, the sponsors of the show that help us get on our way. We have, of course, none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on stream here. Hero Forge allows you to build and create so many cool, wonderful, and amazing things, so go check them out at the link below. In addition, we also have Sirenscape for the beautiful sounds that you and my players will be able to enjoy for today. Sounds such as the noise of a ghostly fog moving through a distant storm. The thundering sounds crashing overhead. And of course, a soft cry as creatures from within start to weep and moan. These creepy, wonderful sounds are courtesy of our wonderful friends over at Sirenscape. So go and check those out, if you dare. Mwahaha. And of course, our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, because I am too lazy to do my own math. No, Fantasy Grounds, very robust tool, and if you're a GM like me, literally does a lot of the heavy lifting of all of the game systems and rules, which means that I can focus more on my roleplay and on my players while all the stuff happens. Yes, we do have the Wilhelm scream as well, such as there it is, boom. So anyway. You're welcome, Astralis. Now, in addition, we do have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely, wonderful, and incredibly supportive community. Thank you guys for being here, for being a part of the show. As you guys know, all of my games are incredibly interactive, so we invite you to come behind the GM screen and interact with the game as we play. First of all, just by earning channel points and watching, you can use these channel points to influence the game with things like insight bonuses, inspiration, tarot readings, wandering monsters. There's a bunch of cool stuff in chat there, so feel free to get those going as well. In addition, we have a number of ways for you guys to donate to the stream in order to help me continue to do this stuff that I'm doing. In addition, as you can see there, we are raising money and funds to go to Gen Con this year. So we're getting on our way to doing that. So yeah. If you do feel kind and generous enough to do so, please feel free to use any of our current rewards and influence the game in a more forward way. For $5, you can award a red mark to one of our players. These are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. You can alternatively give me a jinx point, which I can use for mischief. Yes. These mischievous things that I can do include, of course, rolling with advantage on monsters, countering hero points, or making things even more complicated. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks that I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of plot twists. This plot twist will be drawn, and I will play that plot twist and figure out some way to insert it into the game by the game end. Though do remind me before the game end, and I will remember to tell you when I play it. I normally do play it. They normally do get in there, but I normally kind of am in the kind of in the zone, and I forget to go, oh, by the way, this was the plot twist, So I'll just do it. But yeah. Or if you don't like the plot twist, we also have heroic actions. These heroic actions are single-use one-power abilities that you can award to a player of your choice. Basically, doing that allows for the characters to do unique things, such as strike true. When you or an ally are about to make a strike, the target rolls twice and takes the higher of the results. Your strike then deals extra damage on a hit if the attacker has fewer than maximum hit points, and 2 extra dice if they have less than a quarter. So, stuff like that. Superpowers, very, very good and useful for my players. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because why roll a natural 20 when you can just fucking have one? So yeah, 20 for 20, that's pretty much it. For $50, the big old 50, you can increase the difficulty of an encounter, making a minion into a boss into a super boss, and a super boss into an oh god, it's eaten my leg. Then we have, of course, if you want to, you can use that $50 instead to give a magic item to a player of your choice. This can be a homebrew item that you come up with. It can be an item that you may have heard of, somewhere down the line. However, there is kind of like a power scaling thing involved in that, but, Yeah. Alternatively, you can use that $50 to work on a set piece. I encourage my my audience, if you are homebrewing items, hey, we'll make a set item for people. So it might be like the set of the juggler, and it might come with juggling things and gloves and shoes. And if you wear them all at the same time, you become a knife throwing master. All these cool things and more are that $50 magic item donation. So there you go. And lastly, but not leastly, the secret menu item, guys. Guys, secret menu item. Are you kidding me? The secret menu item is a $100 incredibly massive donation and comes with not only a massive thank you, but also a game changer. This is basically a game changer. This changes what is happening fervently. Now, the first thing that I'm going to add as my $100 secret menu item is very simple. It is something that I haven't done in a game with Neil for a little bit. But we're doing it. I have been informed, and after having read this adventure, realized that there is something very distinctly missing from the pages within this book, and that is an opportunity for my players to rest, recuperate, and most importantly, do shopping during the course of this entire adventure. This isn't just an episode, like an episode 1 thing. Like, through the whole adventure, it is really hard for that to happen. So, for the $100 secret menu item, we will introduce Bad Ham to this campaign. Bad Ham is... Bye, Mac. Hey, that's full of awards! That's full of awards. Craig, you bloody bastard. Welcome. How you doing? How have you been? Holy shit. Tell me. Tell me your highs. Tell me your lows. What have you been up to? I feel like we haven't caught up. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Frickin' Hanukkah. Everything. Good. It's good to see you, dude. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while. Yeah, and it's Mac. There we go.
We're in a game together on his channel. So I promoted your stuff on his Discord, so that I'm on both channels now.
Aw, look at that. Stay away from his mine.
Too late, Dag. I'm already in
Watch you,
with
Craig.
him.
That's fine. Anyway, so yes, Bad Ham. Let me tell you about Bad Ham. So Bad Ham is a halfling cleric of Calistria, the goddess of betrayal. Now, he is a salesman and a cleric. He's a good healer, and he dabbles in cursed items. But he doesn't just give cursed items to people. He betrays people. He builds trust. He gets you to know him. He gets you to love him. He gives you all the stuff you want. He gives it to you for free. He's a really good guy. And then suddenly, bam, you're going to die. Because he mixed in a bunch of lollies in with his healing potion that did inflict spells instead of healing. So just when you drink your healing potion you bought from him, you die instead. So Bad Ham is an agent of chaos that is set on both helping and betraying the group, and he will be a wandering shop and a wandering ally or enemy, depending on the time of day, for our group during this campaign. So that is our $100 secret menu item, is the return of Bad Ham. Okay. I think that brings us to the end. I think we've done the recap. We've done it all. What say we dive into today's game 40 minutes after we've started? By the way, I'm just going to ask this, and please feel free to say no. Is everyone good to go for maybe an extra 10, 20 minutes beyond the usual end? Yeah? Cool. Okay, we might do that.
Yep.
Because, I mean, look, as much as I love the fact that we did the intro, I'm like, this is a little bit late. Okay, I want to get a good game in. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, go on, Mac.
I was going to say one more thing before.
Yeah, go.
McClure did a $60 donation.
McClover! What are you doing? Thank you so much. Okay, what do we have? 2 hero points for each player, which means we are now at 2 hero points for each player, thanks to our lovely friend McClover, you bloody legend, you, and the incredible and now first donator to this campaign, Bandy, donated a hero point to the dear, wonderful Skulai. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I forgot to put the hero points on my overlay. I did. I forgot to do it. That's on me. This guy. So we have hero points. They're there, but not right now. So Skulai is keeping track of them for now. They will be there next week. I might actually even see if I can commission an artist to actually do some custom Dead Aussie Gamer ones, maybe. So we'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
You know, maybe. I feel like we've been. I feel like now with as many tables as we have, it might be kind of cool to not just use little splats, but actually have like tokens. So yeah, there you go. All right. So, without any further ado, chat, could I get you to type in exclamation D6 for me? We will be starting with a scene involving one of our players. We don't know which one it is, but let's find out who is going to be the first victim of this game. All right. That's some pretty good ones there. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Very nice. Hey, the real Bengal tiger. Welcome in. Okay, so that's it. We're going to lock these in now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries. Here we go. So I'm rolling a d6. All right, d6 rolled, and we get a 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead like me. The resulting with a number 6. So, Nick, we're going to begin with you.
Alrighty.
So. Sorry, that's a bit too dynamic. Let's try that again. So.
There was instant regret on your face, Nick. Just, oh, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh, I was like, this will be fine. 1 in 6 chance. This is not likely to be me. Oh, it's me. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
All right. Nick, would you please describe your character? In the scenario discussed before the game, in which you are in almost a dream. You're in a place that is absolutely perfect for you. The sounds of cheering, the sounds of warmth and laughter, people all around you of all shapes and sizes, each one of them brandishing what looks to be a small pocket compass. The symbols of an organization you hold so dear and so close to your heart, none other than the Pathfinder Society itself. You could see a number of individuals that you have only read about in the Pathfinder Chronicles, walking these hallowed halls. They seem to gesture at you, smiling and taking you in, as you can see these portraits that are as old as the wood that resides here at the Grand Lodge of Absalom. Ellen, describe yourself and take the scene. It is all yours.
Alec looks around, awe written all over her wide-brimmed face, a squat kind of nose and large lips. Alec is short for an elf, but tall, definitely tall for a dwarf. Broad of shoulder. Alec is not what you would say typical around these parts. Her soft green and tan dyed hued robes and hoods covering herself, little bones hanging around her wrists, bracelets of things that she's collected over the many years. Nothing harmed in Elink's outfit. All of it was either gathered very well and with utmost ethical ideas or ideals. Elink is a half dwarf, half elf. And you can see that there are various motifs amongst her tattoos on her face and down her arms, and over her robes leading down to a long skirt of various animals. Elink has a small bean-like sprout that appears to be growing from just under one of her shoulder pads, and the look of absolute wonder on her face at this moment is nothing short of someone who has effectively in our meat world, seen Christmas coming, like right here, right now. You're a little kid around the Christmas tree, and Santa's bringing you presents. This is what Elenk has been waiting for a very, very long time. Induction, hopefully, to the Pathfinder Society. She looks around at all of the faces and doesn't know where to begin.
As you look around, you see an individual rising into the main viewpoint. As he does so, the strong and stoic figure gestures and calls for silence across the lodge. Do you stand, sit? Where are you as silence is called?
Elenk is tucked away near the back. As someone who's never been here before, Elenk is feeling unusually nervous about this occasion. She tries to hide herself using her slightly shortish height amongst the patrons towards the back. If people begin to sit, I believe Elenk will probably stand awkwardly, not quite knowing what to do.
All right. As you stand, as most of them are, the individual is easily recognizable as this fellow here. Ambrose Valsin, venture captain of the Grand Lodge of Absalom.
Elenk just makes a sound.
It's so good to see so many of you here. Prospective Pathfinders, great and small, welcome to the Grand Lodge of Absalom. It is my truest pleasure to welcome you here as we prepare to induct you all into the society. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Ambrose, can I one day rise to the rank of venture captain and lead my own lodge and travel the world? Of course you can, but the Grand Lodge is mine. You hear a small, low chuckle as everyone kind of, like, as, kind of like one of those little joke type things. Now, before we begin, there's much we need to discuss. Firstly, among us, there are friends, people who have worked hard and valiantly in order to prove themselves worthy to be here. However, one of you has not proven themselves and thought this a place that they were able to sneak into like a common thief, sullying this place. We were informed recently of the deception and are working hard. But through the efforts of the members of the Shadow Lodge, we were able to find the person, the culprit, responsible. Speak now, and your judgment will be swift and merciful. But conceal your identity, and we will not be given any further choice or recourse but to extend our full hospitality to you. A quiet.
Elenk is enthralled.
At this point, an individual walks forward in the crowd. A scarred and rather intimidating individual. This is, sorry, allow me to very quickly add this. Nope, that's not gonna work. There we go. All right, is this individual here? This individual walks up with a singular purpose. He has a hobbling in his leg and is accompanied by 2 half-orcs on either side. As he approaches, he looks around the room. I must say, I did not expect such brazen dishonesty from one we know is not worthy of being here. One who believes themselves to be worthy of the title of Pathfinder, but has thus done nothing to deserve it. And yet you stand here, gawping like a child, you old codger. Torch looks directly at Elink.
Elink looks behind themselves.
You! Yes, you! You watch as the crowd sort of separates, leaving you in the center of an open crowd. Torch, his gaze fixated on you, burning hotter than whatever suffering he had already endured to have the burns that he does, as he stares at you. The venture captain looking at you with this very disappointed look on his face.
Pointing to themselves. What, me?
Yes, you, Elink. We have heard of you, and tales of the mark that you bear. You reveal yourself. Did you think that someone with your associations, your avarice, could ever belong here in this place? People begin to mutter around you.
There must be some mistake. Like, it can't be me. Look, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you sure you've got the right person?
At this point, he looks over at the venture captain. The venture
Not that I meant any dissatisfaction with your choices. You're obviously correct in just about everything that you do. Just Elink's like starting to hyperventilate a little.
The venture captain, Ambrose, looks at you. I'm sorry, but the sending stones do not lie. As he presses on the compass in his hand, you watch as several lights begin to coalesce, and all the pathfinders in the room, their lights in their compasses glow as well, as the wayfinders dot out a star map. It shows you doing something incredibly heinous. A moment from your past, one captured. But as you feel the thousands of eyes staring at you, all of a sudden, you awaken in a cold, dripping sweat. You're aboard a small wagon, traveling through the River Kingdoms. You hear the sounds of the horses pulling the cart as it makes its way through the forests. As you awaken, your companion is the one who has roused you from your sleep. Lushara, we're going to go to you, as you have seen Elink twisting and turning while she slept on the wagon.
Elink, are you all right? You look like you were having a terrible dream.
Elink like wakes up and looks over the sides of the wagon just to make sure that there's not a million staring eyes just on her right now.
There are not.
Sweating bullets. Did we pass through another gate?
No. Well, not that I'm sure I'd remember if we did.
Ellen
And she'll
leans
hand
back
you
into
a
the
water
carriage.
skin.
As you go
Thanks,
down,
love. That's appreciated.
as you pass your water skin, Lashara, could you describe your character for us?
You see a tall elven woman. She's probably average height for an elf, but taller than the average human. And she has this bright blue hair with some streaks of white in it, and her lips are tinged blue. And she kind of regards you with some her blue eyes, and she's just wearing well tailored but not extremely expensive clothing. And she's accompanied by a black and white cat who has now crawled up onto her shoulder to kind of take a look and see what Elink is up to.
As your cat is resting, all of a sudden, one of the wheels strikes a pothole, causing the whole wagon to suddenly jar. As it does so, Bilrota, your head bangs hard against the large overhanging support that is behind the wagon's canopy. Describe your character and your reaction to your sudden awakening.
So Belrotar is what you probably call quite a stout dwarf. Almost looks so he's got a permanent scowl on his face as he surveys everything. With the sudden jolt and the bang of the head, you probably hear a very loud curse. Saying, "Watch where you're going." And he then scowls and looks around more at the back to make sure that there's nothing creeping up behind.
You look out the back, then quickly look out the front, moving aside one of the curtain drapes that separate the people in the back to the people driving in the front. In the front of the wagon, with their hands upon the reins, is none other than a very dapper dressed cat person. Charles, would you describe your character, please?
Well, as you have somewhat given it away, a dapper dressed cat person who is got a bit of a tuxedo coat going, but also a tuxedo coat going, if you know what I mean. He's a bit of both. And he kind of comes across as very aristocratic, well-to-do, fancy gentleman. And he says, "I'm watching where I'm going just fine, thank you. You're more than welcome to come up here and drive yourself if you would like."
You'd probably hear a little mumble saying, "Just watch the potholes."
I will do. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. This road is horrible. I need to pave it. I need to get someone here with some cash and pave this thing. Oh,
Chuckling in the seat next to you is a very vibrantly dressed individual with what looks to be a turban on their head and kind of their features obscured by the various wraps and the like. But you can hear the chortle nonetheless. Arseni, describe your character and what you're doing on the front.
Yes. So Arseni wearing almost a like an indigo blackish turban. His clothing being plaid and striped all at the same time. Underneath the cloak, I mean, he's just kind of keeping to himself, paying attention to the surroundings, and just trying to keep as much of a low profile as possible.
Do you say anything to the driver or the dwarf behind you?
Hmm. I actually don't say anything. I just had the chuckle, and I keep kind of looking on and seeing, kind of keeping a perceiving eye out for anything.
All right. You continue to look out and keep an eye out. Also keeping an eye out upon the roof of the wagon, sort of sitting with their legs dangling over the back of the wagon as it jolted, and is still managing to maintain their seat. Viv, please describe your character.
So Viv is this young lady with a mop of messy, kind of almost yarn-looking white and purplish hair, wearing a very big, very colorful, very much not fitting coat. As the cart kind of bumps a little, and they were sitting on the back dangling, they just sort of sweep their legs around to be kneeling and like turn to be looking at everyone in the cart upside down. Hey, y'all okay? What was that?
You'll have us cozy. Or
Mm.
cozy. So
Gazi?
sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes, we're fine, Liv. It was just a few bumps in the road. That is all. Are you okay?
I'm alive. Gives a thumbs up as if you could see it. I'm doing a thumbs up.
Ah. He shows his bean, his little cat bean.
And then looks back down to the cart. Hey, Ellen, are you okay? You look really pale. Paler than me, which isn't a good sign for your health.
That is pretty hard. Elink is like a fairly dark hue. Yeah, I think so. Bill Rota, you just wake up too?
I'm guessing I nodded off a little bit there. Didn't expect.
You're not dreaming, are you? Just anything.
No, it was just one of these long trips.
Ellen.
Resting
Yeah, I
in
thought
case
so.
anything happens.
Thanks, Liv. I'm fine. Just a bad dream.
Ellen,
You know,
as you say this, I need you to make me a perception check, please. Nice.
And
sorry.
I
If
mean,
you
I
look,
remember stuff.
just so you know,
Yep.
if you use it, if you're in your character sheet in Fantasy Grounds, you should be able to click on your perception and drag it into the chat to use it. In future.
Groovy. Okay, thank you. If I can see it. Sorry, folks. Still just getting a hold of this whole.
That's okay. Or you can double click it.
There we go. I think skills.
Oh yeah, under
Yep.
skills, and it's like
I think that worked.
Or you just make sure you drop it into the chat box. That's the other important thing.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like I'm struggling
Okay,
with that.
okay,
It's
okay.
not dragging. It's just taking the whole thing. I've got a
hang on.
+9 to it if it helps.
+9. Yep, that's fine. So that'll be
Sorry.
23. That's plenty.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be taking the just a dice when you lift it. So if you can you see my screen from where you are?
Yep.
Cool. So this is your perception. So if you left click on the 9 and just drag it off, it'll then get there.
Okay. Left click on the 9. Great.
And then if you drop into
There we
chat,
go.
there it is. Beautiful. Yep, nice. Perfect.
Learning.
All right, done. Now, as you notice the wagon moving, suddenly out the back of the wagon, you see what looks to be a man wearing a fine coat and a mask covered in white fur. He's standing by the side of the road. Thick horns built into the mask sort of stare at you, gazing at you. You stop for a moment. You've seen this before. You remember the lodge. You've seen him in the crowd. He was staring at you. One of the thousands of eyes, but the one that you would never forget. That mask, so vivid, so familiar. As you turn a corner along the path, he disappears behind the tree line.
Hey, did any of you see that creepy blighter following us?
Those of you who,
Lushara's gonna lean and look.
those of you who turn to look see nothing upon the road. At least definitely no one following you.
I don't see anything, Ellen.
I see nothing.
I'm afraid I don't see what you saw.
Do we know that you're a skeleton, Arseny?
Yeah, Arseny, do they know about your thing at this point?
Assuming we've been traveling
You
for
have
a
not
while,
been
I think
you
it's-
have not been traveling together for a while. This is your first job together. You thus far have only exchanged names.
Then not quite.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, no,
So-
not like that. Definitely like a creepy, dodgy cricket kind of guy. Oh my gosh. Give me the shivers. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Who knows?
Sometimes you wake up from a dream, it's hard to know whenever things are real or not, you know? Like, you could see
Yeah,
a
do me a
giant
favor. Just
flying octopus, and you're just like, oh, is that real? You realize it's not, which is really sad, but, you know, just can't be.
yeah, you mind just punching me or something? Just want to
No,
make
if
sure
you
I'm
have-
awake.
Oh, yeah, you're all awake. just like leans down
Ow.
and slaps his top. You're good.
Lushara will turn to her cat and say, Magnus, did you see anything?
Your cat sort of yawns and stretches as it awakens from its own nap. You can tell it probably hasn't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we missed whatever it is that you saw.
A figment of the imagination. It's not there anymore. Right, where are we?
Well,
How far away you reckon we are?
no sooner than you
Uh.
ask, do you notice that the trees around the bend have begun to change? No longer are you surrounded by the verdant greens and pines of the River Kingdoms. Well, I mean, you're still in the River Kingdoms, but now the glade seems to have taken a turn, taking a more autumn hue. Golden leaves and honeydew seem to cover the floor and fauna here. A figure juts their head out from the front of the wagon as well. This individual, covered in what looks to be strange glowing purple veins, their eyes illuminated by the same bioluminescent energy. You know this individual to be your benefactor, the person who had made the call out to those like yourselves who are trying to seek answers to an event known as the missing moments. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Edward Riddleson. Taking a deep sigh as he does so. We have finally arrived. It has taken us some time, but this should be the edges of the Sevenarches territory. It means that very soon we will be parting ways. I fear that in the absence of our companies, it may be challenging further ahead. But I wouldn't have brought us together if I didn't have the utmost faith in each and every one of you. I have no doubt you will be able to handle this investigation all on your own. Of all of my field researchers that have come forward after the events involving the gates and the missing people, You have shown the most and greatest promise for uncovering the secrets in this hidden world. But of course, I need not remind you of the importance of your mission. As he points to the mysterious rune you see emblazoned across his throat, the same mark that you all share, the mark that connects you all. I don't know if I have a picture of the mark, but I will find it.
So we're pretty close then, eh, Doc?
Yes, we should be arriving any moment now.
Great, I need to stretch my legs.
Yes. It's hard to believe that but a short 3 months ago, we all embarked upon this mystery together. From across the world, elven gates, the Iodara burst forth with light and lured in people like us, who all saw the visions of our greatest desires. But we returned. Not all were so lucky. We were referred to from there on in as Gatewalkers, and the symbol represents that strangeness which now has changed us. As he moves his hand past the mark yet again, while there are some who returned from the sojourn like yourselves with strange and fascinating abilities, some more subtle than others, he says, playfully gesturing at his eyes. We all, however, remained ignorant of what befell us on the other side of the doorway. How this mark even appeared, this unknown sign of something which happened to us, and what may have happened to those who did not find themselves fortunate enough to return. In every university and seminary scholar, now there are ransacking people, looking through libraries and countless tomes to understand these missing moments. Yet I believe it is you who will succeed where all others have failed. For our quest into the paranormal is no mere academic pursuit, but something very personal.
Thank you.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
Did Dr. Riddleson ever tell us what he saw?
No, he has not told you what you've seen.
Hey, Dr. Riddleson?
Yes.
Do you remember what you saw before you went in the gate?
I do recall. I found myself... Oh, here we go. There we go. There's the sign, by the way. That is the symbol, the tattoo that everyone has.
Yeah.
Thank you to Charles for putting that up for me. All right. I do recall. It was the moment I received my academic accolades for my research that I had been doing from the University of Lepidstadt. The final recognition from my peers and colleagues. It was a moment I have dreamed of for many, many years. It seems foolish now, a man of science and to scrutinize the world around us, but to simply fall for the allure of a deception. For here I stand now, perhaps with the clue that will lead me to the very thing that I entered the portal seeking.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be very good portals if it didn't get anybody's interest. You shouldn't feel too bad about going in.
You're very kind, young one. I greatly appreciate your words. But of course, there is very little time. I don't suppose you have any questions before we arrive. We shall be meeting your guide in a short period of time, after which I will be going on my own mission, and we will reconvene and reunite once more in Lepperstadt, where we will confer what we have learned.
You ever dream about the gate, Doc?
Well, not on many occasions, but from time to time I do consider what I have seen, and in that when I fall asleep and slumber, I find myself sometimes drawn back to that place. Almost as if...
And these...
Sorry,
Yeah, go on.
Almost as if once I entered the gate, as I left, part of it came with me. Do you know what I mean?
And these dreams you have, they're usually okay?
Just dreams, yes. They are usually pretty fine. So, when the reality sets in and we do not find ourselves anymore with the glory of our own achievements, there is a certain emptiness that gets left behind. He sort of like quizzically begins to look at Ellen. Any other questions from folks by any chance?
What do you know about this guide, Doctor?
The guide? Oh, she is most reliable. Her name is Fianara Karalastri. I've known her for some time, and she knows these woods like the back of her hand. A truer ally you will never find. Yes. Sorry, Viv, did you have your hand up?
Oh no, I was just making a little note with that name, but I have horribly butchered it.
Oh,
Spelling.
that's fine.
I suspect the same here as well.
And what were we doing here again? I'm sorry. There's something on my mind. I can't
it's
remember.
perfectly fine. We are seeking information about the Iodara. The gates that drew us in. You see, the Iodara were an ancient network of elven gates, magical in nature. They always took the form of stone archers. Archers. Fuck. How do I say archers with a German accent? Without saying archers.
Archers, we got it.
Yeah. Archers. Fucking, yeah, anyway.
Lose the R.
Archers. Yeah, archers. Gotta find the German word for arch and just say it. Anyway. These gates were each activated by a strange, specific key linked somewhere in the material plane. Many of the Iodara and their keys have been lost, and so few are functional gates still, which remains to be seen why there were suddenly so many activated simultaneously. We think that some event occurred at the time of the missing moments. But, until we find some
That's
hard
what we're here
evidence.
to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Until we find some hard evidence, it is all speculation. To that end, we've been given probably the most promising lead, which is why we find ourselves in the Seven Arches. For centuries, any elf who approached the city's infamous Seven Arch has been subject to a terrible curse. Yet, on the nights of the missing moments, This curse that had gripped the lands for so long was somehow lifted. And I am not one who believes in coincidence. The city's famed Ayadara no doubt holds some answers we seek, and moreover represents a prime research opportunity to study the portal in person, which is where you come in.
Is the curse still broken? Or did it go back up?
As far as I've been led to believe, the curse should still be broken.
Lushar looks quite nervous at the idea that the curse may have come back.
He
He's
sees,
the
Poor
only
Lushar.
full elf.
yeah. He looks at Lashar and says, "Do not worry. My friend is also an elf, and she has a very good survival instinct. She will let no harm befall you, so long as you remain with her."
Thank
Just
you.
out of curiosity, Doc, what were the what was the curse? What did it do?
Well, the curse had a very colloquial name. It was called the obnubilate. Okay, here we go. It was called the obnubilate. The obnubilate curse. A terrible affliction, clearly magical in nature. First, you would fall unconscious, and then shrivel up, losing your memory and dissolving eventually into ash. But thankfully, or maybe certainly not thankfully for some, it only affected elves.
Maybe it needed memories to break the curse. That's why it took ours.
But of course, it affecting elves only makes it no less tragic, of course, but fascinating nonetheless.
Lushar is just petting Magnus now a lot. Like, I need comfort. I know I'm not going to shrivel up. I'm not going to fall unconscious. It's going to be okay.
He bites your hand.
Ow.
He does that.
I'm sorry.
He does that soft bite because you're patting too hard.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Magnus. Sorry. And then I'll stop petting. Clearly, it was too much.
All right.
And then Lushar is going to pull out a scarf and start tying it around so that it covers her ears, because elves weren't really allowed in the Sevenarches for quite some time. So she's just going to.
Correct.
Don't mind me, not enough.
All right. You conceal it and wear your headband, and the doctor sort of nods. This is probably for the best. All right. Well, it shouldn't be long now. This is where I get off. But if you continue to follow the road, you will find Fianara promptly. Good luck, my friends. May the light of Desna's stars guide you, and our paths cross in short time.
Be safe, Doctor.
Yeah,
Kazi,
take care, Doc.
Kazi pulls up the wagon off to the side where the doctor then disembarks. As he waves you goodbye, you can still see his glowing eyes illuminating in the dark as you make your way further in. You have a moment to yourselves if you want to talk to each other or discuss something that was already told. Otherwise, we can move on.
As the cart pulled away, Arseni kind of watched the doctor kind of leave off, as he's really the only one who kind of knew about his secret. And he's like, well, in his kind of head, he's thinking to himself, well, the time will come. And
I'm gonna shout back as we pull away
Not-
as
not-
well
not
to the dock. Sorry.
No, you're
No,
good.
I'm
That was
gonna
just
shout.
Arseni thinking to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout back to the dock. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And then I'm gonna poke Liv just in the side, or anything I would.
Oh, the
Wait.
Go ahead, Liv.
Oh, just to know who'd you say you poked, Ellen?
Viv.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That doesn't seem possible. Does he have to do something?
No, you'd be surprised, love.
I like surprises.
Well, what is it that you think he'll do?
That's to be found out.
Hmm.
Now, is anyone hungry? God, I could really go for a meal right about now.
You rummage around in a small box prepared at the back of the wagon. Some small sandwiches have been prepared, made of salted jerked meat, some eggs, some cheese, and several little containers of sweetened milk. As you enjoy, milk and juice. As you enjoy a quick lunch, it is not long before up ahead, Kazi, you see a figure standing on the road. It is a archer, seeming to be waiting for someone, carrying a large quantity of books, scrolls, and tomes.
All right, so I see this archer up ahead, and I kind of slowly move my paw towards my hip and just sort of never losing eye contact, just tell the group, believe we have company.
Oh, I love
Shar will immediately poke her head out to look.
You see the following individual, a rough and tumbled, scholarly looking individual.
Oh, that's probably our guide. Vienna? Vienna? Was that what the doctor said?
Vienna Halostri, I think it was.
Oh dear.
He said an archer. Proves the
Well,
profile.
she does look like a bookish kind of person.
I mean, she's carrying a lot of tomes.
As
So-
Viv waves, the elf waves back.
Kazi yells out, "You there! What's your business here?"
Yelling out, "Seeking strangers, travelers from afar."
Strangers you have found, I would say.
Indeed. If I wouldn't know better, you would be the company that I was expecting. Dr. Etty said that some useful information I provided may be of help for you in your research. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Fianara Calestri. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
And she says that I move my paw off my hip and say, "The pleasure is all mine. How are you? I am Cosmopolitan Kensington III. You can just call me Kazi. And these are, well, I would assume my mates. I don't really know them that well, but they seem like pretty decent people. Except for that one there. She has a heathen with her. Always petting on it. It's just disturbing. But anyhow, we'll leave that for another day. So my friends.
Well, I would welcome you to the Sevenarches, but as it would seem, the Oak Stewards aren't letting elves into the Sevenarches. To be honest, I'm not especially keen to test the rumors that the curse has suddenly lifted, nor in the uptick of attacks from the Gorga, these monstrous shadow fae creatures, in case you were unfamiliar. But nonetheless, our research beckons. I was told that there was an elf among you as well.
Yes. Yes. Me.
Excellent. Well, covering your ears is a good idea. Suffice to say, this is not a thing born of prejudice, but sheer fear of the disease. While at the moment it only affects elves, there is concerns that it may spread if not kept checked. I'm not going to ask you to remain concealing yourself, but I do think, however, in the event that the Oaken Guard do not allow me entrance, it may be best for you to get in on your own volition.
Yes, quite understandable. Thank you.
Wonderful.
We'll make sure to ask them if the curse is back up before we enter. So don't worry.
Thank you. Now, the city is only several miles from here. I will join you on your wagon, but let me tell you what I can. I have researched much since being here. The Sevenarches was supposedly named after the 7 Aodara in the middle of the city. It is here that we want to ideally make our way. I've been going through the old records and research, and I believe these archers, however, are fake. Decoys to draw attention away from the real archers. However, if I wish to publish anything in my findings, I need proof of this. From her bag, she withdraws what looks to be a long, foot-long glass tube with a cluster of hollow bulbs on the end of it. It looks very similar to a mace. This is an aura recorder. I've keyed it specifically to Aodara. When you pass through an Aodara, it'll record the gate's magical signatures. I'd like for you to go to the town center and use this to read the auras of one of the gates there. If I'm right, it'll prove that the aura that's supposed to be of the 7 archers is wrong, and the true Aodara lays elsewhere.
Interesting.
Sounds simple enough. Walk through the thing, read on the mace. Bada bing, bada boom. Your theory proven.
That's correct?
Yes, we will do the testing.
All right. Wonderful. All right. If anyone would like to, as you are approaching, Seven Archers, anyone who wishes to may make a society check in order to know a little bit about the town before they approach.
Ah, lovely. Mm,
All right. Ellen and Lushara. The two of you know a little bit about Seven Archers. First of all, it is a long-cursed River Kingdom city, one known for, because of the disease, the obnubilate. The mayor and oak stewards lead this city, and it is run by a council of druidic individuals. Population of about 4,000 people, give or take. Mostly humans, but with some fae, gnome, halfling, and mixed races in abundance. The religions observed by the people here belong to the Green Faith, who is, of course, the god of, like, the plant creatures in the first world, Hunspur, the river god, and Eristil, the god of the hunt and protection. You're also, and Lushara, you're also made aware that as Fianara's report suggested, Gorgas are a recent danger in the region. All right. Let us now go to the 7 arches.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you arrive at the gates to a glorious city. Let me just put this up here. All right. The busy city. A place where you can hear the hustling and bustling coming from pretty much everywhere. The sounds of commerce mixed in together with the buskers and what do you call them? The buskers and the street performers welcome and sound very, very wholesome. As you approach the gate, you can see that they are regularly stopping people and checking on their belongings. All right, you, step up. They look at this person up and down. You carrying any contraband? No, sir. What's your business in Sevenarches? Just visiting, sir. Just coming to visit family. All right, move along. Next.
Before we pull up, Arseni just looks to Kazi and he says, I'll be back. I have to piss. And I'm gonna go find a spot quick to go pee.
When
But-
nature calls.
You know.
Okay.
Huh?
Keep.
Shar will lean forward and be like, Kazi, what's contraband here? I don't remember. Do we have any on us?
You do not have any contraband. However, you do know that elves, half-elves are restricted, as well as undead.
She's just
So,
gonna
yeah,
touch her
I'll
scarf,
relay
make
that
sure everything.
for you, yeah. Make sure the hood's on tight. Say
Yes, I'll be quick. Don't mind me. I will be right back. And I'm gonna go run down some alleyway or something.
You're outside the gate.
Oh, okay, yeah. So probably nearby tree. If there's like a tree nearby.
Sure. You head
But I'm gonna go
over to
behind
a
it so no one
nearby
can see
tree.
me.
You are out of
and
sight.
then I take off my cloak, and now you can see what you see is not what they see, but what audience sees is a skeleton dressed in still the turban, red and blackish blue turban, with a like a exquisite outfit on, plaid like plaid shirt, striped pants, red and green boots, and he kind of still has the cloak on him a tiny bit, but it's like, so it's like a purplish cloak with underneath it purple and like lightish violet plaid as well. Arseni is going to cast illusory disguise on himself.
All right.
And he's going to look like he once did when he was a human. Black long hair. I think like hazily eyes. Yeah, and then he will come back uncloaked. Or I guess no, I'll still be cloaked, but just so it looks, like I just,
OG.
yeah.
OG. You should have seen what Neil sent me for his first Hero Forge model.
Shut up.
Can I show it? Can I show it to people, Neil? I really want to.
No.
Shame.
You know you're gonna anyway.
I no, I won't if you don't want me to.
No. I honestly kind of liked it. So go ahead.
Okay. All right, I'll show it.
I'm sure it's actually going to look good. I'm excited to see it, genuinely.
Okay, 4 pages of me criticizing Neil. Criticizing Neil.
I feel instead of giving you affirmations, you just every morning you wake up and just assume like, hey,
What did
you know
do
you're my
today?
favorite problem, right?
That's true. He is. You are not incorrect. Okay, here we go.
Daily ridicules.
Well, I mean, I'm not ridiculing it. I am ridiculing it. That's exactly what I'm doing. There is no other definition
Why
for
would
what
you
I'm
say
doing.
you're not ridiculing it?
I'm not. I am.
Don't worry, this is right.
I'm playing coy about what an asshole I'm being. That's all. But I'm a lovable asshole.
Going for you.
Okay, here we go.
He's
Alright.
shaming and not
Ordeal,
shaming
yes.
at the same time.
Exactly. I'm celebrating and shaming. I love that there was like this is the definition of the word creativity. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here it is. Boom.
Is he
That was-
okay? What?
He,
That
So
you have
sure.
there.
he is not wearing. He is also not wearing pants.
That is you have now.
I died not wearing pants. So.
Yep, there he is.
Well, why wouldn't you collect new pants?
He's a free
You've been out of the water
spirit.
for half a year.
He's
You just
super
never picked up
free.
pants in half a year.
Well,
So, ladies and gentlemen, Hero
He also
Forge.
likes to party.
Hero Forge lets you do anything, and it means
what
anything.
happened to you?
Yeah, straight up fucking Donald ducking it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, don't get me wrong. I looked at this design. And the only problem I had was I could tell nothing about the character. And that's the only time I'll ever make comments, right? Is if you look at any of the artworks that I've got, you can kind of roughly tell what people's deal are. Or, a person reading a book, playing a violin, holding a doll. They all play into
Make
these
it very skittish in that
these
one.
yeah, these characters. Whereas
He's
this
like,
was
oh, no.
this looked like just a skeleton with a migraine and googly eyes. So I wasn't
Is this
sure.
Is this
He's
more
clearly a
like
wizard. What are you talking about?
entirely?
Yeah.
Hey,
this-
I got.
Okay, we're done with this one. Okay, bye. Okay. Anyway, but I just thought I'd like to share that because OG said in
We
chat.
came to an agreement, and I at least got to keep one eye. So.
I liked it.
I like your eye. I liked your eye. I just didn't see why you needed two of them. Anyway, so
But yes, Arseni will come back to the cart still cloaked up, but he's gonna
Excellent.
be showing his face a little bit more too.
Got his
so.
pants on. That's good.
Okay.
I'm
very
gonna hurl him a water skin and just tell him to wash up, please.
No,
Uh,
yeah, of course.
While we're doing this and we're waiting, you notice. Well, maybe Lashara notices.
well. Hold on,
Ozzy's
wait.
kind of giving her
'Cause this-
cat
Yeah.
evil looks.
You're staring at her cat. Grr. I was gonna say, Arseni, do you go behind a tree to wash up as well? Because you remember that you if you pour water in your
yes.
gloves, they might sit there and be
Yes.
like, Okay.
Yes,
yep.
I go back and.
I'm
Joe-
definitely not paying attention, by the way. This isn't some rouse. I'm just doing the right thing.
Okay. Now, once you have gone for a piss, and this entirely other person shows up.
No, I'm still cloaked. I'm just. Not,
You've
'cause
used a-
before I had my eyes kind of cloaked too, so just.
Okay, Neil.
Hold on
Neil,
a bit.
Neil.
Yeah.
You know you were
What?
disguised from these people beforehand because they don't know you're undead,
Yes,
right?
but now I use the illusory disguise to fool the people we're coming into, because if they're gonna make me pull my.
No.
cloak
Same
Okay.
cloak.
Okay. Neil.
Hmm.
I want you to look me in the eye, Neil. You ready? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you are there, dressed in robes that completely conceal your physical appearance.
Right.
So you went behind a tree, and changed clothes.
Took off the cloak.
Took off the cloak, and you put on clothes to
spell.
to change your appearance into a person's appearance, so that you
Yes,
could.
and then I put the cloak back on.
And then you've now concealed your appearance again.
Right, because they saw me with the cloak, so I want to go back with the cloak on still. If they ask me to take the cloak off, or at least the gatekeepers, for us to get into the town.
Right.
if
How
they
long
ask
does
me
your
to show
how
my
long does your
face,
disguise last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So what you actually mean
Yeah.
to say is that you're putting on skin.
Yes.
Okay, good. That makes more sense. Because you started describing all of your clothes, and
Sorry,
I was
yeah.
like, did you just go off and change your
Well, so-
clothes?
I took off the cloak, and so then I told the chat what my character looks like without the cloak on.
Right.
More
Okay,
effective.
I'm with you. I was sitting there thinking you'd gone behind the thing and just changed your clothes, and I was like, why? Yeah, anyway. That's fine. Okay.
Double
So
disguise.
you've put on skin and you've taken and you've got your disguise. Okay, cool. Done. How long does
Yeah,
your disguise
I
last?
just
Last
didn't-
an hour, you said? So that's
It
fine.
lasts an hour, yeah.
Cool. You walk. Okay, so meanwhile, however, when he returns, you begin to make your way towards the gate. What is your current plan?
So, Belrotar, seeing the nervous Lasharia, well, basically, when she's being interviewed, try to distract or annoy the guards to pull the focus more into him, so that she gets waved through a bit faster, if possible, without going through as much of the rigmarole.
What's a good plan? All right, I guess that's the plan. So,
Yeah, never. I'm reading something real quick because I don't think it'll work with a person. My ability to smuggle things past people is a bit too big, I would imagine.
I think it might be a bit too big, and you don't actually have the means to smuggle
Yeah.
him, really.
Yeah,
So,
you smuggle a cat.
all right. So,
Who would
you begin to make your way as the wagon rolls forward. At this point, that is not the music I want. Give me something. Give me something cool. Give me some good guard music, not some creepy ass. What do we got here? Yeah, that'll do. All right. As you approach, the two guards yell out, "Halt! Who goes there?" At this point, your guide, Fianara, steps forward. The two guards roll their eyes. "Fianara, we've told you already. There's no entrance to the city for elven kind." Look, that is an outdated law. It has been 3 months since the curse was lifted. Those who are feeling the affliction are no longer being afflicted. It is safe now. Why would you bar us passage still? Look, we've been given our orders, and that's all that matters, okay? You and your caravan need to go. But look, we have business in the city. Surely you'll allow my companions to go in. At least they can conduct my business, and then we can be gone from this place. The guards...
Who do we need to talk to chat about this? Like, who's in charge? Who might let her in the city? Can we have a chat to them?
Make a diplomacy check.
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. That is an 18. What do you need at this level? Level 1. You need a 15, so that is a success.
Nice.
One of the guards turns and says, "You need to speak with Captain Dethenison Karkushian. He's the one in charge of the city guard."
All right. Well, Fianara, you wait here. Let's go have a chat to this Defenisian. How do I spell that? I'm sorry.
Say that. As it sounds.
As it sounds. Oh, good. Perfect.
No.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Your name was?
My name is Greg. No, okay. Sorry, his name is spelled Dethenesen. The
Thanks, Greg. Desenathan. All right. Well, Greg, how about we'll go have a chat to this Desenathan. Fianara, if you don't mind waiting here, we'll be back as shortly as we possibly can. Does that sound good?
She kind of puts on that she's a little bit more frustrated at this outcome than she should be. She kind of stomps around a little bit, and before she finally just says, "Fine, but I'm not happy about this, and rest assured I'm going to make a huge fuss." The guards are, kind of rolling their eyes. "Oh, okay, if you, let's move along. We got other people to get through here. All right, you're all clear to go." They kind of like look you up and down, very, cautious, cursorily look up and down. They realize none of you are, elves apparently, and they just kind of let you through.
We'll be right back, Fianara. Don't worry.
All right, Biltor's plan of having the distraction has worked like a charm.
Nice.
All right, and you find yourself within the city. Now, for the purposes of this, we are going to use Biltorota as our little marker for where we are on the map. So you guys should be able to see the map. Let me know if you cannot.
I
cannot
just
do
have
it.
reds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
like-
I think you've got fog of war on,
No, no,
Yeah.
or
we're-
at least there's no light on
Yeah,
there.
I can see it because I'm now a token on the map.
Yeah, no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There we go. All right, there we go. And boopity boop. All right, everyone should be able to see the map.
Amazing, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way into the entrance, you begin to follow the road towards what appears to be the canals, a long river that runs through the city itself. Now, there are a number of streets and roads and passages to make your way through here, but you pass by kind of like a rougher area of the city. This is an area known as the Seven Sisters Tannery. On the outward, it looks as though it's a place of, second chances and redemption and things. But unfortunately, this is one of the slummish areas with a great deal of crime that seem to be happening here. That is what you know about this particular area. But I will give it to you to decide where you would like to go and what you would like to do.
Is there perhaps like a beggar or someone like on the streets rattling a can?
Oh, 100%. His name is Big Kandan.
I'd like to have a chat with Big Kandan. I'm gonna pop like a few silver pieces into his little can, and just ask him where I might find the guardhouse, where we might find the guardhouse. We have business with Detheniston.
Big Kandan looks at your coin. Sorry, how much did you put in?
Would I think that maybe like 5 silver pieces is a like reasonable gesture?
Very, very reasonable. More than reasonable.
5 silver pieces.
All right. As you place it into his thing, he feels the coins and then takes them out and has a nom on them. And he goes... Yeah, you're gonna walk ahead to the barracks. Thornleaf Barracks, just follow the road up here. Past the hedges. Follow along the road to the outer arc near the plaza. And follow it all the way around. You can't miss it. Big, giant pork chop.
Cheers, Dan. I'm gonna pop him another silver piece for that.
Oh, brilliant. I want to get so fucked with this.
Hey, you take care of yourself now, Dan.
Oh, I will, sir. I will. Don't you worry yourself about that. Blessings, blessings upon you, sir.
Bye, Big Kandan.
Bye, little one. Don't visit this area at night, please.
God.
Is it boring?
He's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, it's boring.
Ah, thanks for the tip. See you around, Big Kandan.
He sort of smiles. He's missing like 3 teeth, and he sort of gives a wave.
They will actually, really quick, just like draw a nice little drawing and rip it out of their little like notebook. You go, maybe it'd be a bit less boring if you have this. I don't know, nice to look at.
Big Kandan takes it, and as he does, his hand sort of trembles as he looks at it. The first time Big Kandan's been given like a present. I mean, he was given money, but like, you know, he usually begged for money. He takes the little bit of paper and he puts it on the back of the sign that is right next to him. So the sign next to him, it's like, you know, homeless, please help. And then on the back of it is like your picture. So like when he's putting it up, he can like look at the picture.
Oh, then before I actually add something as he puts it up, this guy's cool. Give him your money.
Oh. He'd actually put it
If you
on the reverse side of it so he could see it.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah. Woo.
Alright.
They'll continue on their way.
Nice.
Presuming you are following the instructions of Big Kandan, you make your way out of the slums and through through what appears to be a large hedge that surrounds an inner courtyard. There are guards there as well, but they don't really check as much. And you continue to follow the river until you get to a small. You can probably see it on the map here. There are two sort of big, three circles. That one emanates from the Arch Plaza. The other one's over here, kind of nearby the entrance, and one down near the Honeybrush Cabaret where it says that. So he said the bigger arch. So you've gone all the way through, followed the directions up here, past the tannery, through the gate, till you got to the bridge over here, and then you've started following that all the way down. Now, as you do so, eventually, you do indeed see what looks to be a large U-shaped building, where there are a great number of oaken guards marching to and from this particular location.
I guess that's where we need to go.
All right, you
Looks
see
so.
these guys.
Whoa. They're wearing
Dude.
leaves as armor.
Mm-hmm. And tree bark.
Whoa.
As a great many of them seem to be here, it is not hard for you to find someone to be able to give you direction or help, should you require it.
I was going to say, since we know we're looking for a captain, is there would we see someone basically just observing the movements, watching over the troops? Clearly.
Yes,
They're moving
definitely.
around? Then that would be the one that Bell would attempt to approach.
All right. All right, men. Stay firm. Remember, your positioning is very important when it comes to battles that require control. The druids need to be covered properly. Get your shields up. Wider stance, Steve. Wider stance. As he sees you approaching, he gestures. Continue your practice. And raise your knees. Apologies. Can I help you?
Not at all. Sorry to interrupt while you're training some green recruits.
Yes, very green.
Yes, imagine. It's always a bit tiring. Anyway, we're coming, seeking the captain of the guard.
You're looking for Captain de Thesnan. What business do you
that
have
was
with the captain?
As he glances over shoulder at Helen. Well, your guards in the gate said that you're the one to speak to. The fact that you're keeping out people of certain races.
If you're talking about the rule against the elves, then that's not a prejudice thing. That's purely one of precaution that was incited by the last few mayors. I don't know if you realize this, but we have dealt with a long-standing curse that would kill elves that entered the city. It was as much for their protection as it was for ours.
Yes,
The curse is gone now, isn't it?
He sort of smiles and takes off his horned oak helmet. Apologies. I didn't mean to mislead. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain the Thesnan Kargushian, at your service. We
Hi,
get
Captain
visitors
Kargushian.
from time to time who believe that they are fighting for the rights of elves here in the city. We aren't so monstrous as to be excluding people from being able to come freely or to leave as they would. May you join me? I need to do my rounds and walk the barracks to make sure everything is all right.
Well, inspections and all that must take way. And also keep sort of like half a step behind him so he's always leading.
As he walks, he explains that the city itself has had these rules for quite some time. When the curses seem to have lifted from those who were afflicted, it was considered to be a miracle. However, the current mayor saw that it may only be a temporary fix. He thus said that the restriction shan't be lifted. For when we aren't vigil against such matters, that is when death occurs. And we simply will not risk putting other people's lives in danger It's not as though we are denying people food or asylum or safety or basic rights. We are simply preventing them from coming in the city as a means to prolong their life should the unthinkable occur and the curse reinstigate while we have let our guard down.
But
Take
if
it
the
then that
curse
you've got
never
no
comes
idea
back, then-
how the curse started or why it disappeared then.
Alas, no, we do not.
But
And how do you know that it went down in the first place if no elves were around?
We do have a few who attempt to break our laws and make their way into the city, knowing full well the consequences. And sure enough, each and every time they find themselves in such a condition. The city takes care of them as best they can until the time in which the curse reaches its end. We had a man who was... Well, we had a few individuals, actually, who were among those who were afflicted. Almost strange, we'd never seen any improvement coming from someone with the curse, but almost overnight, they arose from their slumber perfectly fine and healthy. Viv, you were trying to...
Do you think the mayor would be...
one moment. Viv, you were trying to say something. I apologize. I interrupted you.
how do you know my name?
Because I, the DM, am trying to give you an opening.
I know. I know.
Don't get smart with me, young child.
I'm not very smart. Uh, that makes sense, but I mean, if the curse never comes back, then they're just going to never be able to come in, even if it's always safe for them at this point. And it may take a while for our friends to find another town to get to before it gets dark.
'Tis the River Kingdoms. And if your friend has come this far, I'm fairly certain that they'd be able to spend a night or two out in the wilds. Though not ideal, we're not intending to keep this... once this rule is proven to be old and archaic, or evidence has shown that the curse is gone once and for all, we will certainly make an effort to restore things and allow for the passage of elves to come back in. But
And
until such a
if I-
time as we have definitive answers, well, we simply do not wish to take that risk.
So
we'll look
yeah,
at
that,
Vishar from.
so
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go talk.
is more at that point. Bill would probably chip in saying, "Well, the elf in question that is trying to get enter is of the scholarly nature to prove these exact points. Keeping them out just delays getting your answers." And she knows the risks potentially to herself.
Make a diplomacy check.
Uh,
Your barbarian is also very well spoken.
Yeah, I like Bill. She's a very efficient, just like laying out the reasons.
Yep,
We'll probably at some
diplomacy.
point beat someone up.
Not great.
No. What Bill
Yeah,
Ta ends
0 points.
what Bill Lortar ends up saying is something along the kinds of, go on then.
Yep.
In his head, he was thinking all of that stuff, but what he actually ended up saying was just that.
Yep.
Don't forget, you do have hero points, though. I believe, Bill Lortar, you have 3 hero points.
Yeah, I've got 3. Yeah,
You can go for the reroll.
Yeah, I'll use 1 for the reroll.
Very well, make it so.
I should have gone threatening.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
All right, fair enough.
Perfect.
Yeah, somehow you actually managed to say all those things cohesively. And he says, your friend is a scholar, you say? Well, very well. If a scholar they true be, and we cannot argue that they would understand the consequences in full. What is their name?
I'll be honest with you, it's
Fiona.
Fiona.
Fianara.
Fianara, Elven Tree.
Very well.
No, sorry.
Calestri?
Yeah, Calestri.
Calestri. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. He writes down the name and places a stamp upon it. Very well. Understand this, that once she enters the city, her safety will be only on her. My guards and even the people to a degree may not offer them asylum or sanctuary. And most importantly, it is good for you to know that we are dealing with another crisis, so we are already very short-staffed.
Crisis?
What crisis?
Is it the Golots?
Yes. They
Yeah,
have
we
been
heard about-
attacking in quite a substantial number. The Gorga have proven difficult, to say the least. And that has to be my priority now, and not the arrival of a single guest.
Yes, we
We'll
understand.
take care of the professor. Don't you worry.
All right, very well. Good luck. I do indeed hope you find something. And he
Thank
will
you,
go
sir.
back to... He waves. All right. With a writ of passage in hand, you return to the front gates, wherein which the guards, shocked at first, but eventually allow for Fianara to join your company. Wow, that was wonderful work. How did you convince him to let... You know what? That's not important. Quick, I think we should make haste before he changes his mind.
Well, it's all Bill Rota's doing. Remarkably well put. Made a lot of sense.
I just spoke to him. An ex-soldier to a soldier. After all, you're trying to help them by removing some of the needs of the gates. Effectively.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes, well, we should probably move along, as you say. Really don't want to stay in the city longer than we need to.
All right. Making your way, you eventually follow the pathway towards the center of the larger of the rings. And there, right in front of you, 7 stone archways stand in a neat circle in the central plaza of this town. Each arc is about 20 foot tall and 10 foot wide. Multicolored lights of unknown providence warp and weave between these arches and stone faces. And surrounding the arches is a circle of dwarf oak trees, each about 10 foot tall. A hempen rope tied around the tree trunks to form a barricade whose only gaps is just south of the arch. Shops, inns, merchants, and wagons surround the busy square here, and to the southeast, a podium rises a few small feet.
So we can't sort of make it straight through to the arches if we want?
There are 2 people here who are...
Do they look like guards?
They do. They're kind of standing by the podium, and they are on something very precious and sacred. A rite, if you would. It is known as smoko. You watch as they're both just having a cigarette.
Yep.
I love it.
All right. Well,
some of
Very
you look
smoko.
some of you look confused. Look, this is the only time I've had 3 Australians on the same stream. Okay, so I'm just like, okay, so yeah.
It's a sacred tradition, sacred art, really.
Yeah.
It would actually be awful to disturb them unless you also brought them maybe some tobacco or some pipe weed yourself.
It's true.
Now, maybe one of us should go bring them some tobacco or pipe weed and distract them for a hot second while you take your little macy thing and walk through those gates, hey?
Don't have any of that, and I'll lean down to Magnus and be like, be a dear and go distract the guards. And I'm sending him over with the instructions, just kind of like weave around their feet and just kind of look cute and purr, and make sounds to see if they'll like focus on the cat.
Apologize. I'm just quickly going to duck to my computer because my camera's running out of battery.
No,
So
no
I'll just be
worries.
off for a second.
Right.
I think Viv would actually turn to Kazi and Arseni and just kind of like walk up to them and ask, "Do you think we're gonna have time to listen to some of the buskers before we leave? We're doing a lot of magic shows."
Oh, 100%.
I don't see why not.
Yay, yay, yay.
I would like to.
Are either of you gonna perform?
Buskers are great.
Us?
I love buskers.
Busker.
Perhaps. We shall see.
Yay.
Are always so focused on playing their instruments. It's a very wonderful time.
So focused, so unaware of their surroundings. It's a wonderful experience for me personally.
Exactly. You get lost in the experience. It's wonderful. I always feel much more richer after listening to buskers. Very enriching.
I mean, oh, makes sense. Yeah, because like you give your gold to the buskers, but like you feel better after
Correct.
you watch it.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Cool. We're going to be very rich then.
Oh,
Very.
we will. It will be swimming in riches. It'll be wonderful.
Wow.
Your pockets will be overflowing.
Why my pockets? That's not where you keep your happiness. That's where I keep my crayons and my crowbar.
Yes.
Same thing.
They do make me.
If it's all the same to you, we should probably get a move on and maybe take the reading if we can.
Oh, I was just trying to
Yes.
wait until they got back.
It's fine. We still have to negotiate and figure out how to do it. Because there's clearly a velvet rope that says "Do not go here."
Oh, we're not permitted past the gate. Oh, I see.
So at this point, Bill would look at him
But I
and say-
appreciate the delay.
Yeah.
Well done.
Bill would probably look at him saying, "Do you want me to go and deal with them?"
Are they distracted? Or
Yeah, how are they reacting to the cat?
They see a cat. They look at the cat. As your kitty walks up, they're like, "Huh. As a cat it is." Yep.
I'm not sure how much this is going to distract them. I mean, Magnus is wonderful, but they are guards. And Lushar will just kind of wander over and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Magnus, you wandered off. Oh, hello," and just start talking to the guards.
So how
Are
long
you
would the reading
are you talking to them? Are you flirting with them? What's your intention here?
I'm talking to them to kind of start asking them a lot of questions about the plaza and the arches and why is it cordoned off and are we allowed to visit? Just kind of like acting like a tourist, asking them questions about that.
Okay. Make a diplomacy check.
Right?
How long will the reading take?
The reading. So she says okay, long story short, you'll need to spend 3 rounds inside of one of the arches.
Okay. Well, perhaps I can. If you cause a distraction, perhaps I can stealth my way through there, or is this maybe not the proper time? I'm not sure. I can always give it a try.
Sorry, real quick, Nick, I need you to drop your phone from the call. Yeah, there we go. Done. Kill. Sorry, Charles, could you repeat yourself?
Yeah, it's basically just saying that perhaps I could stealth into this area while if there's a distraction, but not sure how, I guess, busy or open or how many eyes are on, obviously during the daylight. might be difficult to stealth, but I mean, it's worth maybe a try because I don't know what else we're going to do here. Besides taking out the guards. We can always do that.
What has happened?
Nick didn't drop out of the call yet.
Oh yeah, Nick, I need you to drop your phone out of the call. Oh, one of the cameras. Destroy it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yes,
Figured
I've been
out.
totally paying attention, and Charles is right. That is what should happen. 100%. Go for it. Sneak in.
I'm happy either way. We can try this sneaky way or the brunt force way, which
I
I'm
can
happy
help
with
create
doing either, to
distraction.
be honest.
I can probably distract them if you'll need after Lashara talks to them. If you need an extra distraction.
That's
All right. Let's see
Alright,
what. Let's
play
see how
music.
Lashara does. Lashara,
Where
make a
does
diplomacy.
my-
Make a diplomacy.
where does
Actually,
it go?
make a deception check as you're trying to kind of. What you're doing is it's a thing called double
Okay.
speak, where you're trying to kind of like drag out what you're saying and try to like buy some more time. Oh, beautiful!
Nice.
Freaking critical success! God damn! Freaking what's with this?
Nice.
All right. Well, yeah. You
Good start.
as you're talking and as you're speaking, for sure you are without a doubt keeping their attention as they continue to tell you about what's going on. You know, they tell you about the theater scene, some good restaurants, and they continue on this whole train. Now, in the meantime, Kazi, can I get you to
Yeah.
make me a stealth check? And you will gain a +2 bonus on this check.
All right.
All right, a 19. Let's see how they do.
Okay, 1 plus 2. I didn't add the plus
21? All right, 21's good. Let's see how they go. They get a 16 and a 10. So that's another 16. All right, they do not notice as you sneak in. So round 1 will not count, but you have now entered one of the arches and you have stealthed.
two. Nice.
All right, next round. Continuing to talk about the stuff around. They're gonna make a perception check against you separately for a different reason. Could I get Lashara to make me a deception check again, please? Your target number is, oh boy, 25.
Oh boy, I did a
Ooh,
15.
25.
As they are talking to you, they both look at each other and stop for a moment. Ma'am, could you remove your headgear, please?
Why? She's just gonna like. Why would I need to remove my scarf?
They
It's
climb down from the podium.
Drafty. Oh no.
There you are, dear. I'm gonna clap her on the shoulder and cast illusory disguise subtly.
Oh yeah, explain
Make her look
subtly.
human. I mean, just as I grab her shoulders, cast it.
With your
Make her
audio
look
and
human.
visual spell components.
Oh.
There you are, my
I
dear.
s-
Bling.
You know what?
Is
Yeah,
the
as
drawing
I
correct?
run up, I start playing my fiddle or my violin as part of the casting.
Devil went down to Georgia again.
Yeah, make a deception check with a -2 penalty.
Damn it. Okay, sure.
It's running over playing a fiddle at me.
Yeah.
Deception. Hero point.
Oh, do I have any jinx points? Tell me I've got a jinx point.
You've got one.
Oh no.
Get out
You
of
do?
here!
No, freaking.
Yep.
God damn it.
Boom! Slap
Callie
your
threw
hero
some stuff
point.
in.
All right. Who gave me that, by the way? Who gave me the jinx point?
Calendria.
Calendria!
Oh.
Fucking legend, you. Love you, Callie. Take that. Have your natural one.
Titanic
All right.
sinks.
So here's what happens. Unfortunately, for you, Mr. I want to cast spells, you weren't paying attention to how long it took for you to go from where you were to the barracks, on a patrol, back to the front
Yeah, I
entrance, get your friend, come all the way here, and as you walk up, you're like, there you are, my dear, and suddenly, woof, your skin falls off, and there is now a skeleton standing in front of them. So, you have failed, but also technically succeeded, as they no longer care about the elf in front of them. As they immediately...
Hi.
Yes, Viv?
Upon seeing everything that's happening and seeing Arseni suddenly transform. Are you okay, Dag? Dag, you good?
I am. I'm on edge. You've literally. I'm poised to kick initiative off, and I'm waiting. It's right here. The ball for the fight is like right here, and I've got it. That's why I'm okay. I'm just, you know.
Try it.
You're just gonna hear Viv laugh very energetically and just like, I can't do magic. Oh, I've been wanting to do illusions for so long. And they just go off and do like a very acrobatic little cartwheel as they like bursts of colors just shoot out whenever they like land from their hands. A 15-foot cone going upward, targeting no one of dizzying colors.
All right. Make a deception check with a. I'm gonna give it a blank, so it's no. There is a -2, but you'll give it a +2 because you will also cast magic.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. There's so many tabs. Why do I have so many tabs open?
All right. The target number you need to beat is a 15.
Oh.
Go.
Oh no!
Missed it.
It's okay.
All right. As that happens, they do not believe you. Oh, you want to use a hero? You want to use a hero point?
Yeah.
Okay, you can use a hero point. I don't have any jinx points for you, so fine, go on. Go on, use your hero point.
He's got a specific pool of jinx points for Neil.
Ah, yeah. I call them
Yay
Neil
for
points.
us.
Okay, well done.
Yeah,
Very
boys, what?
So anyway. All right. As they look like they're about to engage in combat, immediately they stop and they see that there's a moment of confusion. There's a moment of like trying to figure out what's going on. And then as soon as they realize you're buskers, they kind of ease up a little. All right. I need a stealth check from Kazi, please.
And they'll just be like, sorry about that. I've just been so excited to try it, and my friend is really the target.
Oh wait, that's okay.
All right. Kazi, round 1
Yes.
ticks off. You watch as the little object, it seems to be working. There's definitely magic that is moving in and around the this particular space.
All right.
All right. Okay. It is changing its colorations here and there. It is attuning, but we'll find out later. All right. The two guards look at you, and they say, all right, well, look, this kind of magic, that's not going to fly in this city. You can't be turning people's skin off. That's fucking gross.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
This
got
is
really
not-
excited
like-
because
like-
there was a lot of
Like,
questions
I
here.
like the thing they do with the birds and the rings, okay? What's wrong with that, you know?
I just didn't want to steal their thing, and
Yeah, close-up hand magic. That's what the kids like these days. Skin falling off, too far. That's like some Uslavic fucking Lepistad shit.
okay, and just write down notes. Okay, I
Alright.
won't do that spell again.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You can turn me back.
That may take a while. I don't know how long my illusions last.
well,
Okay,
you
I
can't leave him
trust
like
you.
this, you know. He can't have
I
no
don't
face
care.
and walk around the city.
Is it possible? I mean, like perchance.
Viv, cast your magic.
Friend, that you
Weird.
might then know a close by arcanist of some variety who could help our young protege here undeath this guy.
Wait, this is a permanent death?
No, it's
no.
not a permanent death.
Oh,
Really?
it's an
Oh, I felt
illusion.
this.
Well, how long does the illusion last? I just mean just stay here for a while until it wears out.
Okay. I'm
Do
fine
you want to
with
be
that.
looking at that all day?
Well, no, but I also, but
Not
we're
gonna
we're,
last
we're
all
doing it
day.
for the public, I don't know,
Yeah.
censorship. I don't know.
Do you want me to like go like we can go in a corner and I can try to figure this out real quick, or just
Wait, you know what? I've got an idea. You watch as he goes underneath the stage and comes out with like what looks to be like 6 donuts in like a greasy bag, and he like takes them out and puts them on the stage, and then he takes the bag and he just, there we go. All right. Oh, right. And
yeah, just
yeah, rips out some eyes. There you go.
Thanks.
Ah,
good.
now I'm the one doing magic.
Well
Ta-da.
done. That was really cool.
Yeah. See, this is the difference between, you know, having 1 copper worth of donuts and having spells and magic.
Now where are you gonna put your donuts?
This is the way. Shit. Who needs
I guess we gotta
spellcasting?
eat it.
All right. As you now have your thing, they give you the thumbs up. Okay, you're good to go. All right. Kazi, can I get another stealth check, please?
Ooh.
Okay, let's see how they go. They are distracted, so they are getting a -2, but I'm not typing it in. So, nah. Okay, cool.
Oh.
All right, it changes color again, and it's got a more solid color. 1 more round, and you are good. At this point, they have no more business with you. They tell you to get on your way, off you go, you know, have a nice day, you know, goodbye, and they start eating some donuts. What do you guys do?
Alright. As we walk away, I'm going to play my violin.
Sure.
Gonna try to
Yeah,
keep
can
their
we walk in
attention on
like
us.
the opposite direction of what our mate's doing and try and like be a little bit obscene so that they still watch us, but not so obscene that they're going to confront us again?
That's
Perhaps
very
just like
that-
shooting off.
That
some
is
magic?
a very precise amount of obscenity. I'm gonna need to hear what the hell you're
Hmm.
doing.
I'm
Uh,
playing music.
I reckon some music, and I can actually make some little like birdie friends appear. I've got a spell.
Am I
called Pain.
misdefining what obscenity means?
Yeah, I'm really confused how, unless you're playing really
Sorry, were you-
rude music.
Yeah, were you saying you were being obscene?
Did you mean ostentatious?
Yes, ostentatious.
Right. Okay. Good. I thought you were going to strip naked, cover yourself in peanut butter, and be like, what? At what point are we not
Don't
obscene
take my
enough for?
stick.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm with you now. Okay. Yep, I'm with you. Fair enough. Okay. Yes, you're making loud music. You're being ostentatious. You are drawing their attention as best you can. Let's go with a performance check from everyone, and I will take an average of what people get. Meanwhile, we have, of course, our dwarven friend Bill Rotar. What are you doing?
I was going to go a completely different way, and
I'm not
It's-
following them.
Very well.
I was basically going to approach them from effectively so they wouldn't be
My
looking at,
music doesn't sound that great.
and challenge them for being lazy guards, saying, "Is this the, very intimidating? Is this the standard of the guards set to watch when there's, and
The Gorga.
Gorga.
yeah, when they're all around,
Hmm.
shouldn't they?
Oh,
Should
that's
you
a
be
good one.
standing at attention?
I like that. That's really good. It just in my mind there was the slapstick comedy moment of like, oh, they're really nice people. The fuck are you doing standing around? Fuck you say to us? They just come in and just start. All right. Yeah, they don't though. Make an intimidation check as you approach
Right.
them. And are you still sticking around, by the way, Lusara?
Lushara?
Lushara.
No, she has scooped up her cat and she's just kind of walking along like, oh, look at the sights. Like she's
Like you're
not
doing the
doing
touristy
that.
thing.
She's pretending she's not part of that crazy party action right there.
All right. Very well. You move a safe distance. All right. Meanwhile, a new person confront. Now, here's the thing. In my world, every single character follows the same type of method acting that I do. So I put myself really into where these guys are. And here are these dudes going, wow, that's circus troupe. Freaking nice guys. And then we had the tourists show up. And then suddenly this guy comes in who's sassing me. It's like, fuck, it's really busy all of a sudden. Like, you know, like it's like a service. Like, what the fuck? It's been like 18 seconds, right? And like 8 people, we've had to deal with so many people. So as soon as you come up, they are pissed off, right? They're just like, they're like, well, what the fuck now?
Yeah, they've just been having a really quiet shift at the restaurant, and then all of a sudden, like 50 tables are being sat at once.
Yeah. With your, oh, sorry, I didn't need to do that. 14 was the DC, by the way.
Oh no.
I got a 9.
You can use a hero point if you like, but otherwise, they're gonna be really cross at you.
To be fair, them being cross at me means they're self-focused on me. So I'd
That's
probably
very true.
accept
It's
it.
very true. All right. However, it will not provide them with a penalty. I need one last stealth check from your spy in the arches. Let's go, Kazi.
Oh.
All right.
Hero point.
You can use the hero point. Your target number is 20.
Ooh. He has a +8, so.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Somehow worse.
All right.
Oh no! It's always the last round.
Now, as you are standing in the arch, all of a sudden the wand changes color and holds a firm color. But then all of a sudden you hear the as the wand makes noise to confirm that it has finished its scan. As soon as this happened, both gods turn around. It does not take much for them to figure out what's going on. They look to the dwarf, they look to the bard, they look to the tourist, and I'm gonna get everyone to make me a will save. This will save is for your ability to not immediately look behind your shoulders like you're guilty as fuck.
Alright. Will save.
Uh-oh.
Where did you go? There you are.
Alright, Bilrata is fine. Arseni has failed.
What was that noise?
Lushara is fine. Ellen is not fine.
Actually, I'm gonna hero point.
You can hero point if you like. Ellen, you can hero point as well if you'd like. It's a reroll, so
Damn, it's worse.
that is a natural 1.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
Kazi with a natural 1.
I think we're probably cooked, and I'm confident in our ability to scram.
Yeah. So as soon as that happens, Arseni goes, "Oh no, Kazi!" And Kazi goes, "Yeah?"
What do you want?
As soon as this happens, the gods roll initiative as we will begin our fight next week when we return for episode 2 of Gatewalkers. Guys, thank you so much for coming and joining us today. Guys, before we end off, I do this every now and then, only for special occasions and more specifically for starts and finishes of games. Let's do a quick round of stars and wishes so that we can get a gauge of each other, the game, yada 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 yada. And let's talk the thing. Let's do the thing. Stars and wishes is basically this. I'm going to invite each player to give me one moment they can highlight in the game that they really enjoyed, something that they loved. Doesn't have to be something they did. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. It could be, I like Dag's funny voices, whatever it is. And then one thing they wish there was more time for, because we only do 2-hour sessions, so, you know, there's always time for more stuff. And nothing is taken offense. It is just a good way to, you know, like, as a GM, learn a bit more about my group dynamic. So, Lushara, a.k.a. OG Lava Kitten. Let's start with you. Star and wish. Let's go.
I'm sorry. There's so many shenanigans through the whole episode already. I like it all. It's a lot of fun,
Nice.
especially since my character is slightly more reserved.
Love that.
And wishes.
Congratulations.
I don't have one yet.
Fair enough.
I'm easing into this. It's been fun.
Very good. I love that. Thank you so much. All right. School guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these ones where trying to be effectively the quiet one at the back again, but always basically on lookout, but effectively stepping up when it gets to more the soldier scene, which is obviously what he's more accustomed to.
It can be tough. Quieter characters, and this is a great bit of advice as well. Like, this is why I love doing this. A great bit of advice I have for quieter characters is take the time to work on their physicality, where they are in the space, what they're doing, how they're communicating with their nonverbals. Are they standing with their arms crossed? Are they standing, leaning on a wall? Are they trying to intimidate someone by glaring at them? Or do they have a softer appearance? Or have they noticed something? These little things and interior sides, even that moment of Bill Ratar thinks to himself, my God, these guys are fucking wankers. They spend all their time just talking shit. Right? You can have like inner monologues as well, and that is also perfectly fine. And that still gives you that chance to engage while at the same time a quieter, stoicer character. So, a bit of advice for chat as well. Neil! Tell us, Star and Wishmate for your character and for the thing for Arsini.
Star, I guess I just like, because normally I try to be outgoing characters because I myself is usually pretty quiet. And also, I like to talk, and when I get excited, I always kind of chat more. So today, playing a role that I kind of had to pull back, just like Schoolie was mentioning, but like also keeping the, I'm at least kind of interjecting myself, even though I'm not like maybe chatting as Arseni. So like, thinking to myself or doing things like disguising myself, it's it's a new experience for me to try and do something like this, and I'm kind of enjoying it. But then again, the shenanigans will always happen, so
It's true.
the wish is just, I wish I would just roll higher so I could do these cool things.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Neil. We know this.
I know.
All right, Kazi.
I gotta hit a bit longer. No.
Charles, what do you think?
Yes. Oh, look, it's been pretty good with the group. I think it's interesting to sort of meet everyone's character. Personally, for tonight, stars. The last sort of scene we had, I think, was probably the best in terms of all of us having a role, playing a part, which can always be difficult online. But Nick, I really think they did an amazing job tonight the whole way through. It's really cool to sort of have you come in and like, I guess, take control in a lot of situations. That was really for us. Sometimes that's the hardest part. So, kudos to you for that. I think that was really fun. Looking forward to obviously the combat. And yeah, as far as working towards anything, I don't think there's anything that stands out that I feel, this was really our first game. So everyone's done well, and really there towards the end, I think it's really cool to see a group moving off together. Bashara wants to move on her own. Kazi's doing his own little weird cat thing. Eliza doing his thing. So I think it was really fun there at the end. And yeah, there's really no, I guess, pointers or anything. Everyone's kind of fitting in and moving into their space. So no, it's all good.
Love that. Amazing. Viv McBluff.
It's gotta be Big Can Dan. We can't
Yeah, Big Can Dan.
You are very good at with kind of like making NPCs on the spot, or kind of just making them feel very lived in from the first second that you have them.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing with. I mean, it was interesting playing the new dynamic with Neil and Charles, where I was the more talkative one.
Yeah.
That was really weird, but it was fun. And for which I think it's just getting to see more of the characters. Hopefully, we get out of this combat alive, so I can actually properly meet them. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool to actually see how some of these things come into fruition. And last but certainly not least, our newest player, Nick. Nick, Stars and Wishes.
So Star, big one for you, Viv. That was so witty, just that quick. Ooh, I've learned a new piece of magic. I really enjoyed that. I was like, yeah, let's play along with this. I am excited to see how we put all that together without necessarily our characters now having revealed, or maybe my character now knowing that you're a skeleton. I think I might genuinely believe that you're trying some magic.
Yeah,
or
I'm
something.
like, when I heard you were gonna play cleric, and I'm like, uh-oh. But it'll be fun. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And wish to just see everyone's face here next week, or whenever the next session is. That would be great.
Big loves.
Yeah.
As for myself, my star highlight for the day, I'm actually going to give this to Ellen. And Ellen was one of these characters who literally made a character like today or yesterday. It was very, very like short notice because we had everyone set up. We did a session 0. We got everyone familiarized with Fantasy Grounds last week, which is why there was no stream or anything on. And then in the interim was where Nick agreed to come and join us as well. And so we fast-paced this character, made someone that was really, really dynamic and really, really interesting. But also, that first scene, that D6 roll that landed on Nick's thing for that dream sequence was absolutely golden. It was such a perfect thing, and actually being able to step up and just dive straight in, describe a scene, and just sort of be a part of it. It was great. For me, it was a really great starting point. It showed that you were the kind of person who's not afraid to like get stuck in and just enjoy. I knew that about you, of course, already, but it's really good to get to roleplay with you again and get to actually see you kind of playing in this space and in this element. You said that you've GM'd a lot and you haven't had a chance to play, so I'm very, very honored and privileged to be a person who can facilitate you playing for a little while at least. And this is just going to be a lot of fun. As for
If I can as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Go first, Nick.
All of you go.
Okay, that was incredible. That you actually just got through that so quickly right at the start as well. I hadn't had a moment to sort of really consider what would be the absolute anathema to my situation, and you pulled it off so quickly. And the moment I realized it, I was trying to not show that on my face because I realized exactly where it was heading, and I was like, oh no, internally, but externally I'm still trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm really happy.
It was very cute. I love that.
So well done, Michael.
Thank you.
Incredible.
As for my wish, I think my wish is, especially when it comes to larger player groups, especially with a 2-hour game, I do wish that I have more time to really kind of sink my teeth into each individual characters. I know that that's not possible, and honestly, I hate when games are like, we'll introduce everyone one at a time, and then 4 hours later, one of the players gets to say, and I'm pink, and then that's the end of their turn, right? I dislike that because it's a huge fatigue on my players. So rather than that, I'd much rather leap in, have everyone do stuff, and then give everyone a highlight moment as we go through other episodes. So the wish is, I wish that wasn't the most effective way to do things. I wish I could just give each of you a huge moment in episode 1. That it's nothing I can do anything about, but it is a wish nonetheless. Mac, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just for Nick, you did really, really awesome with the physicality of Ellen in that beginning. Whenever you were just whenever Ellen was looking around for who could possibly be the liar, and like you actually did the whole like look around and exaggeration, like the pantomiming. That was really cool.
Glad you enjoyed. Thank you.
Very cool. We also did have one last thing, which was noted by Schooly Eye here, and that is that we had a insight bonus that was granted from Marcus. Insight bonus, which I'm going to give to you guys very, very clearly, is that these 2 guards are not very close to where they can receive backup or help. That is your insight. If you kill the guards, obviously, you're going to be cop killers and stuff like that, but if you knock them out, cover them in rum and shove them underneath the benches here, just saying, you might not have too much trouble with the guards further down the road. That is your insight bonus here. Because remember, they were on Smoko, so they were kind of off to the side, meaning that they've literally intentionally separated themselves from anywhere they would get caught on break like that. So yeah, that's kind of worked against them in this case, giving you an opportunity to get the drop on them. But that'll be a problem for next week. So Marcus, thank you so much for the insight bonus. You bloody legend, you. We'll see you guys later. Now, we are going to sign off for today, but before we do, remember guys, we do have our schedule coming up next week. It is all now updated, so our next game is in 7 hours. Get the time in. 7 hours, we will be back with Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne with our lovely and amazing patrons from that, which will feature yeah, a bunch of new players doing, I think, what, book 4 now? They're going after some barbarians to try and prove their worth so that they can cure the curse of a crown that is being inhabited by the spirit of an evil dragon.
Ooh.
My games are so dynamically different, and I have to memorize everything. Yay! Actually, I don't memorize
well.
shit. Schoolie writes everything down and reminds me before games. Yeah, honestly,
Schoolie
if I had a PA app, I would literally name it Schoolie. That'd be basically be it. It'd be like, you know, and it'd just be like a big eyeball symbol of like I'm watching the stream. The Schoolie
That's
Eye.
fine. There is a
Is-
note
is-
to
would it
apparently
be
apply for
Paul
that
The
game.
schooly eye.
All right,
Would
well,
be
guys,
Paul.
thank you so
We,
much for
kick
joining.
ourselves.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my lovely Patreon. Thanks you once again to our sponsors, Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork, Sirenscape for the beautiful musics, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, and of course, you guys for coming and joining us today. Wherever you are, whatever you happen to be doing, we appreciate you spending the time, spending the energy to come and be here with us. As always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks!
Bye.